Greetings, greetings, greetings. Greetings to all mongoose, ferrets, wolverines, honey badgers, otters, chickens, dogs, bulls, and all of the rest of the fighters out there in nature that pack a very potent punch. So I use those in nature to represent certain subjects and topics that I would like to speak about. Now, 2 days ago, I released a video that says CDC finally revealed the truth. YouTube has taken my video down. Not only was I speaking facts that they could check on, that's in the news, that's public knowledge. Not only am I speaking truth, but I did it from a way where I was having some coincidences and connecting the dots and saying, nevertheless, they took my video down. So I came up with an epiphany right away. And my epiphany is, have we lost some rights? And how come nobody didn't give me the memo? So it had me thinking that I've been seeing people like JT the Bigger Figure. Go check him out, by the way. Man is doing very great things in Africa, in America. He's showing you his life. He is helping to feed people, building water wells, doing charity work, and so on. I myself, charity is a part of my business, mandatory, because I need my blessing. Sometimes, not sometimes, all the times you don't get your blessings from man. Get your blessings from your Creator. I also remember they took down, by the way, JT's channel had over 100,000 subscribers. Gone overnight. Because he was speaking truth. I watched the video. I'm the neighborhood herbalist. What the man was saying was very true. Took his video down. Another one is Go Black to Africa. They put him in YouTube jail 2 times. Because the man was speaking facts and truth. They took his video down. I saw that before it happened to me. So I'm not trying to act like I'm special. And I saw it with other different channels. So, it seems like we have lost some rights. Basic human rights. You know those little simple rights that nobody else but you care about, like freedom of speech? So let's get into it. When did we lose our freedom of speech to the WHO whoever they are, because I never voted them in. I don't know anybody that voted them in. They were put in place by whoever, but nobody didn't vote them in. So how did they get the power to now go around the world violating people's human rights and saying that I'm going to tell you what you can say and what's allowed? So the last time I checked, I was in the United States of America, right? Not China somewhere, not communist Russia, not Cuba, none of those places. The United States of America, where you still have freedom of speech, or you're supposed to have freedom of speech. And the Constitution is only supposed to back that up. The Constitution don't give you that right. The Constitution only back up the right that you was inherently born with. So just like I'm speaking right now, God gave me this ability to speak. And it's a gift from God, my Creator, whoever you want to call God. I say my Creator just to get out of the religious fighting and nonsense. But my Creator gave me the right to speak. Some people wasn't born with that gift to speak. But I was fortunate enough to be one of them out of millions and millions of people around this planet. So, it has come to my attention that speaking the truth is now under attack. Because we're just supposed to lay down and comply to what somebody else 1,000 miles away thinks. And now, I am still in the United States of America, and America is now saying that, yeah, we're going to agree with those people. And now, I thought the Constitution came first in this country. Isn't the Constitution the law of the land in this country? So how do we start following what some entity out there, some alphabet letter, whatever out there is giving us permission to do or to say? Now, before this bug came around, I can understand you not saying fire in a theater and somebody get trampled to death and that's against the law. I can understand that. But it only shows me that I must have pressed a button and now I have to stay in my place because I might know too much or I might be speaking too much truth, and we don't want this truth getting out to the masses. Because what if people start waking up, like people in Canada? What if people start waking up? Like now people in Paris, like now people in Australia, like people in New Zealand. You see how all of a sudden they're taking away all these restrictions? So it seems like freedom of speech is kind of like, slowly being worked on as far as zip it up or else there's consequences. I was fortunate enough to get a warning. We're just warning you because, we don't have no strike against you, but we're just warning you that you have to stay in your place. Because there are certain topics we don't need the rest of the other people to hear because we need them to be sheeples. So it seems like some of these rights are being taken away. And these rights that are being taken away is not like rights that are necessarily criminal. It's more rights based upon the truth and facts. So that means it's like we're having thought police now. Because if I cannot say it, it had to start with a thought first that came out in words. So now we're having thought police that's trying to train people how to think. And when you start thinking, now you act or now you say as a result of thinking. So pretty much that's what it breaks down to, thought police. Another one that I noticed is before the bug came around, my medical records used to be private. You know, I would need you would need permission to get to my medical record. Now you have different states that are saying, oh, that's irrelevant. If you need to go to a restaurant, these people might be a manager. They might be a waiter or a waitress. They're not a doctor, but now they need to know a part of your medical records. Did you just hear what I just said? So, my medical record, which would normally be private, so whatever vaccination, whatever inoculation, whatever medicine, whatever procedure that I took before, and it was normally private, now what I see going on is the powers that be is trying to normalize or make it normal to where a complete stranger can decide if I can go out to a certain type of restaurant and eat with my family based upon forcing me to give up information in my private medical records. They're doing that for gyms. So if I'm paying my money to the gym, I have a contract with the gym, I did not see that as a part of the contract as far as I have to let you know what is in my medical records. And they're doing it with different businesses, different places. Certain places, you cannot go to a concert. You cannot go to a movie theater. So that kind of sounds like these rights that were given to me by my Creator is being taken away, but nobody gave me the memo. That's kind of funny to me. How everybody is accepting this. Now, a couple of months ago, the Supreme Court ruled that it's unconstitutional for you to mandate. For those that don't know what mandate means, it means they're forcing you to do something against your will. So when Crazy Buku Joe put a mandate in place, you start noticing soldiers are quitting. Police officers are quitting. Healthcare workers are quitting. When we already have a shortage of healthcare workers, we already have a shortage of police officers. So I'm wondering if that is what they mean by the new normal and the Great Reset. So when the other pandemics came, you didn't try to muzzle me. You didn't try to stop my movement. You didn't try to stop my money flow. But now this one comes and you're stopping me from trying to be a little bit more healthier. So I can't go to the gym no more. So if I need to go to a vegan restaurant or a healthy restaurant, I might not be able to go. So if I need to go to a movie or a concert, I might not be able to go. So some people might say you're tripping. You're making a big deal. Yes, I am. I tripped, I fell, and when I got up, I realized I didn't have everything that was on me, that was mine. Some things are missing, and I don't know where the hell they went. And yes, I am making a big deal. Because it is a big deal if I don't have the right to speak the truth. Because who gets to decide the truth? The last time I checked, reality was what decide the truth. Not some alphabet from whoever knows where the headquarters is, even though nobody voted them in. And what type of agenda is there behind this? Because isn't that how it's like in China? Where you're like banned from speaking the truth? Isn't that how it's like in North Korea? Where you're not allowed to do these things? Those are communist countries. This is supposed to be a republic, not a democracy. Now what's the difference? A republic is based off of its laws. A democracy is based off of the numbers of people that vote something in. So, are you telling me that when this virus showed up in China first, and the Chinese started doing what they're doing, Are you telling me that we became communists and start doing what they're doing also? So if China is forcing mandates, we're going to take the same approach and force mandates? If China is forcing you to be in mass 24/7, we're going to force you to be in mass 24/7? If China is forcing you to speak a certain way, now we're going to do it in a free land? This is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Because where does the line between freedom and tyranny and start? Because it first start with you shutting the hell up. You're not even physically doing nothing, but you're talking. It first start with you cannot talk. And then it leads to you cannot act. And it's really starting to look like there's a squinching on the talking. And now they're trying to sneak it in through the back door that you can't act a certain way. You know those little certain ways, like you can't have a party in your backyard and have people that normally would be in your party? They're gonna give you permission on how much people you're allowed to have? Think about that and think where we're going with this. Because a year ago, I would say a year and a half. Say what you want to say about Trump. Trump said, it's your choice if you want to take the jab or not. He did not make it mandatory. So, are you telling me that a year and a half ago, I had the freedom to take the jab or not to take the jab, but now a year later, you're trying to force me to take the jab? So that's how fast the reset happens. And that's supposed to be the new normal. Well, Canada people, keep fighting. Don't worry, it's coming over here also. People all over the world, keep fighting for your rights. Keep fighting for your freedom of speech. Because you see the way these things work? They usually start off with the things that are considered small. And then they slowly go to the next step and the next step and the next step. And before you know it, we have concentration camps. Wasn't that what happened in Nazi Germany? Or so they say? Wasn't that happening in Africa? When the colonizers came and told us that, oh, you know, we're just here to trade with you. We have some stuff that you might be interested in. Trust me, you have a lot of stuff that we're interested in. And it went from that to us being slaves. I don't take this lightly. Because now you're telling me that this is slave 2.0. The only difference is you're not just targeting my race, you're targeting everybody. So, oh, that was the real goal. You started off by saying that these are the ones that we don't like the most. So let's start off with them to make you feel privileged. And let's actually take you, recruit you to fill our agenda with those type of people. And now, a couple of hundreds of years later, now it's everybody. Foof. Take those things off of your eyes. The blinders that is blinding you. Wake up, people. In this Western Hemisphere, my ancestors are from Africa, but they call us black. We know what it's like to be enslaved. Do you? Better wake up. Because one day, if you don't start doing something about this, you will know what it's like to be a slave. That's what this leads to. Now you could say I'm exaggerating and I'm blowing it out of context. No. When my ancestors were in Africa, we were free. We end up being slaves because we were manipulated. Don't think it cannot happen to you. So when they're taking away your freedom of speech, that's how it usually starts. Then afterwards they come back and take away everything, including you, all your life. Let it marinate. This is not a matter of they just taking down a video. There's a bigger agenda. You can decide how you want to fight. This is my way. This is your neighborhood herbalist. And I am my ancestors. Because the same fight we were fighting 1,500 years ago, we're still fighting it. I know that. Do you know it? You better get ready to fight. We're over and out.